How's it going, everyone? It's Ben Falcon's Media Corner back again with a brand new video for today. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time for this new episode for the series is going to be my review on the 2024 action comedy film, and that is Jackpot. This film stars Awkwafina and Cena, and in this film we follow Awkwafina's character named Katie, who is a former child actor, and she wins 3.6 billion lottery, and she must fend off people who are trying to kill her in the future version of California. So that's pretty much the story of Jackpot. Now, this film comes to us from director Paul Feig, in which he is well known for making the 2011 hit comedy film Bridesmaids, in which I overall really love that movie. It is one of my all-time favorite comedies, and definitely one of my all-time favorites of the last decade. And then he went on to do the buddy cop action comedy film The Heat, which I really enjoyed that one. And then he went on to do the espionage comedy film Spy, which I had a lot of fun with that movie. However, in 2016, he made a pretty controversial film, which was the reboot of Ghostbusters, in which there are a lot of people out there who tend to be really split with the film, but in all honesty, I personally think that movie is just okay, even though there are a few people out there who just tend to just really despise the film, and there are a few that just say like, oh, this is the worst thing that Hollywood's ever done. But again, I do think the movie is just okay for me personally. And then he went on to do a few other things here and there, in which there were a few that I thought were pretty solid for myself, even though there were a few that just weren't really my cup of tea. But as for me going into this movie, I was willing to check this one out, since this was the newest film that stars Awkwafina. And when it comes to Awkwafina herself, I think she's a really funny comedian, even though in recent years there are just a few people who just tend to say that she is kind of annoying. But I still like her as a comedian, and again, she is funny. And you also have in this movie Cena, whom he is fun to watch in anything that he does. And he's been fun in recent years for some of the things he's been doing in recent years as well. And this film came out on Amazon Prime last month, back on the 15th of August, but I didn't check this out straight away when it came out because I was quite busy at the time when this came out. But I was able to check out this film when I had a quiet day to myself, so I did check out this movie just a month after it was released on Amazon Prime. And after watching this whole movie here, the best way I can describe this whole movie here is that it was basically just like a lottery ticket that just didn't turn out to be a big winner here, unfortunately. First off, Awkwafina I thought was pretty solid in the film, and yet she is pretty funny in this movie. And Cena, whom I mentioned, is in this movie, and he was also pretty funny as well. And the chemistry between the two of them I thought was pretty decent here when it comes to the comedy aspects, as well as the dynamic shifts they do provide here and there within this movie. And Simu, who you may know him from Shang-Chi, I thought he was pretty fun and entertaining for the most part for this movie. And it is pretty funny to see him reunite with Awkwafina for this movie, because they both worked on together for Shang-Chi, and they played different roles in that film, because Simu was our hero in Shang-Chi, and Awkwafina was like his best friend and his sidekick. But in this film, they play totally different roles here, in which Awkwafina is like our lead hero, and Simu is like the villain in the film. So that was kind of funny. And as for its overall concept of the film, it is pretty creative, and it wasn't too bad. But it does tend to have like a fugitive storytelling here, while also blending in like a dystopian game show storytelling here. And from all of that, it just instantly reminded me of the Hunger Games, and that's the best way I can describe this whole movie here. It's basically like the Hunger Games, but with comedy. And when it does come to the comedy writing for this film, I kind of felt some of it did lack some of the creativity, even though there were a few times where the comedy did make me laugh in this movie. But there were times where it just kind of fell into the similar vein of the 2016 reboot of Ghostbusters, where the dialogue just kind of felt less funnier here, just like in that film. And as for its action scenes, for the most part, it does tend to be pretty funny when it comes to some of the creative choreography here. But the film just never bothered to just go into the ridiculousness as I was hoping for when it came to some of the action scenes in the film. But all in all, Jackpot, like I said, this lottery ticket just didn't turn out to be a big winner here, and I just found this film to be pretty forgettable here. But if you are a fan of either Awkwafina or Cena, this one might be a cup of tea here. So that's pretty much all I'd say about Jackpot. I'm going to give Jackpot 2.5 out of 5. Certainly wasn't a bad watch here, but like I said, I just found this film to be pretty forgettable. But there were a few things I did find myself enjoying quite a bit out of this movie here as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my AK After I Saw review on Jackpot, and let me know what you think of this movie if you have seen this already, or if you just recently checked this out. Did you have a lot of fun with this, or was this not your cup of tea? As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and this has been Falcon's Media Corner signing off.